Hello everyone, how you doing? Hope you're having a great day so far. Welcome to the Demoscene Report of the 28th of May 2025. As usual, I will summarize in this video all of the latest news and releases from the active Demoscene community of digital artists. There were no major events happening last week, so we took a week off, but now we are back with a whole bunch of interesting news and an overview from the releases of 68K Inside Demo Party that just took place in Finland this past weekend. As usual, I will link everything that I talk about on the description below, so you can check things at your own leisure later on. For now, just grab yourself a drink, sit back, relax, and let's talk some demo scene. Starting off with a few new size coding releases by SuperRogue, including the official release of the TIC80 version of Soul Sand, the 256-byte intro that was released at Nova for the Macro W8 back in 2024, and also a couple of TIC80 64-byte intros packed together in this double Dutch pack, also from SuperRogue of Marquee Design. You don't really have that much room left in 64 bytes in TIC80 to do more than a few pixel pattern loops. Here are a couple of interesting ones in this pack. He also released Verdance, an optimized version of one of his previous size coding intros for the Atari XL that was called Mossery, that took 64 bytes instead of 32. This version takes half of that, and if you want to learn how, you can also read about it on the write-up that he also posted recently. If you're more interested on the Amstrad CPC instead of the Atari XL, X of Vanity put together a collection pack of size coding intros. You can find them on the size coding wiki. And then I found this interesting video online on the uses of ray tracing for improving the immersive experience of audio inside video games. It gave me a few ideas of how to make some interesting demos out of it as well. I thought maybe you could find it interesting as well, so I thought I should share it. Then Hoffman finished porting Metal Gear to the MegaDrive based out of his Amiga port from a couple of years back. It's a game, not a demo, but it's Hoffman, so still worth plugging here, I feel like. Then we had the ZZAP Live 2025 event that took place in the United Kingdom recently, featuring a live Slay radio show session and also a music Q&A panel with some Commodore 64 music legends. All of it available on YouTube. You can read about it on this page here on Remix 64. Then in Paris, France, API 8 took place this past weekend for the 9th time. It's a sort of a demo party event organized by the Paris 8 University, mainly targeting their university students and professors, but there was also some external seniors present there. There's a very good report by astrofra explaining more about the event. It's really cool that there is this kind of demo party related things happening, being organized by universities. Only the demo Dreversed by Resistance has been made publicly available from API 8 so far. It's a physics/time rewind based demo with a good modern rendering on the shadows and reflective materials. As you can see here, a pretty solid demo released at API 8. And talking about good rendering, LJ just released the final version of Dune, his 8KB intro that won revision and makes reference to the recent movie trilogy of Dune. And now it has a few extra enhancements, details, and optimizations as well. In other news, DJ Daemon put out another episode of Flashback, Tracks from the Past, with a curated selection of tracker music, so if you like tracker music, check that out. And Artstate put out a little music disc with guitar sounds by Mibri on the Amiga as well, so worth checking out as well. Paradox put out an Atari ST invitation for Outline 2025, the demo party that will be taking place in the Netherlands in just a few days. And then a new museum of digital and retro culture has just recently opened in Poznań in Poland, including in exhibit a bunch of materials from the Polish demo scene. You can read more information about it on their Facebook page here, and maybe also plan a visit if you're in the area of Poznań. Speaking of Poland, the Livecrunch took place past weekend in replacement of a DataCrunch demo party. It didn't seem to have any new demo scene productions, as far as I could tell. Only a few retro gaming tournaments and some music live events. But I did find this nice video report by Retrogrania showing you the highlights, so check that out. There was also an interesting article from Marquee PC's developer on debugging his emulator to run Area 5150's lake effect accurately. You can read more about it on their blog. Then we have a recorded talk with dreversed presenting their TeensyROM development, a very useful multi-capable cartridge project to help bring modern quality of life features to the Commodore 64. And speaking of Commodore 64, PETSCII has this ongoing project documenting in a cheat sheet all of the undocumented instructions from the 6510 assembly. And if it just got a minor update, so you can check it out on GitHub if you find anything missing or some errors. Also, feel free to contribute. Clarence of Chorus is now 50 years old apparently, and a bunch of active Commodore 64 seniors decided to make a nice little intro celebrating it. Congratulations, Clarence, on being 50 years old. Still about the Commodore 64, we had the plain PETSCII graphics competition running during May. There were released a bunch of new PETSCII graphics, as you can see here. I will show you a few of them real quick. I can show you all of them. Nice little concept ones. Kleptoid with always that specific style of his. Very nice three-headed beast there. So yeah, pretty nice little project overall, or competition I should say. And they also had a mixed category for the wild entries as well. A few animations and demos were released there. Main highlight is a demo by Jamin of Fantastic Four Cracking Group celebrating 10 years of his big box collection project. It's a website that has scans and information on the computer game boxes games when they used to come in a big box. So he collects them and he has information about them online. He also wrote a little write-up on his blog about this release in particular, so you can check that out as well. Then we had Mayday releasing this little intro during their Mayday Airbase Conference 9 meetup in Germany, and Vintage Computer Carinthia Address 32 took place in Austria this weekend with a few Commodore 64 releases as well, like this little new Blazon demo called Chasser's Ride that was quite cute. Should check it out. Before we wrap up, the 68K Inside demo party just took place in Finland this past weekend, focusing on all platforms with the 68K architecture. We're talking about Amiga, Atari Jaguar, Sharp X68000, Sinclair QL, the Sega MegaDrive, and Neo Geo, etc. It had 6 competitions overall and quite a handful of interesting releases, so let's take a quick look. Starting off with the music category. Open to all platforms, they received a total of 11 entries overall. The winner was Aulunko by Night by Proton. The graphics competition only had 2 entries, both of them pixel art for the Amiga. The winner was this one, ATZ Land by Jock of Dreamweb. The Wild competition had 3 entries. In last place, a new experimental analog film video entry by Nosfe of MFX. Then in second place, a port to the Amiga of the legendary Mega Hawks Incorporated Music Disc 1, full of electro Italo disco tracks, originally released back in 2002 and having already been ported to the PlayStation 2 and Nintendo 64 in the past, now finally available on the Amiga as well, thank you to Artstate. And the winner of the Wild competition was also a port, but of a game that was previously showcased at Summer Hack 2023. The Amiga port was more recently presented at GURP earlier this year, and now we have the Atari Jaguar port released as well. A pretty interesting gameplay mechanics concept on this one, so yeah, definitely check out Adam Is Me. Moving on to the real-time competitions, the 256-byte intro competition had a total of 3 entries, 2 for the Amiga by Platoon and Gigabytes here, and then the winner Nino Hachijo by a very colorful plasma effect by Duet of AFWD for the Sharp X68000. With a little more space, the intro competition up to 64 kilobytes had 4 entries. Convolved by Resistance was a single screen intro for the MegaDrive, you can see it here. Then sharing the last place was an intro for the Amiga OCS by Azure Onyx. Coded by Moonstone, you might know him as the developer of Hippo Player, one of the most famous music players on the Amiga. In second place, Complex returns with another installation of the Cyberman series series, Cyberman 7. And the winner was Oxygen with Chip and Dots, Leonard breaking a world record yet again in a very stylish old school Atari vibe intro, even including the Atari music replay routines, but running here on an Amiga and only needing 32 kilobytes to do so. And then last but not least, we have the demo competition. Only 5 entries in it, but quite some decent platform diversity overall and quality as well. Last place for a little Amiga demo by Hackers Interactive Entertainment Limited here. In fourth place, we had an Atari ST invitation by Flush for the Shadow Party that is taking place in France in about a month from now. The third place went to this little conceptual 3D demo by Grapey for the Amiga OCS. And in second place, Desire and SFX with a Sinclair QL demo, mixing some interesting new effects with a few old school fillers. Pretty solid demo overall. We've been seeing a lot of Sinclair QL demos being released on the past couple of years. Pretty interesting stuff. And then we had the very worthy winner, a massive demo by Flex and Ephedrina, dead ahead for the Amiga AGA, shown at the party, running at 100 megahertz. Very solid demo with some very quality 3D scenes for the AGA, some animated skyboxes, use of short movies to set a theme around it, which I still haven't fully decoded, but I'm guessing it's something related to the perils of seafaring. I heard this demo was originally meant for revision, but it had some bugs, wouldn't run on the compo machine or something, and it ended up not being played at revision and being released here now at 68K inside. One of the best Amiga AGA demos of the year so far, that's for sure. So congratulations Flex and Ephedrina on releasing this one. And that wraps up the coverage of 68K inside. I also should quickly mention that the sizecoding wiki page for the Sharp X68000 has been updated with some more knowledge after the discussions around the 68K inside releases. And there was this spontaneous invitation to the Atari event Silly Venture 2025 Summer Edition released by Foster this same weekend, which I find strange not having been released as 68 inside, but whatever. Nice cheap tune track on this one. There was also a LayerOne demo party happening as part of a security conference in Los Angeles, United States this past weekend. I'm keeping an eye out to see if there were any results and releases made public from there, but nothing has been reported so far. Maybe next week I'll have some information on that. Before we wrap up, let's take a quick look at the upcoming Demoscene events listed on demoparty.net. Outline coming up this coming weekend, Birdie as well coming up this coming weekend, and Chaos Singularity in Switzerland as well. There was also a small meetup in Berlin at Seabase for the Berlin Demosceners to get together and see some demos. In June, we will have a Graphathon happening in Finland, a demo party more oriented for newcomers, which always has some interesting little demo releases. PT Weekend, or a live stream event with Amigas playing some tracker music all day long and all evening long. Then we will have the Nova demo party happening a week later in the United Kingdom at the same time as ATK Loya Summer 2025 in Finland. At Party will happen later in the month in Boston in the United States, and Posadas Party dedicated to the Amiga in Spain, in Cordoba in Spain, at the end of the month as well. Also already quite a few parties listed for July. Summer is always very big in demo parties in Europe, so there's always a lot of them happening. We'll have a Lost Party happening in Poland, Shadow Party happening in France, Summer Hack will happen in Sweden on those same dates. The next weekend we'll have a Black Valley and the Halt happening at the same time, and then a Vamala Party in Finland, Arok in Hungary, Edison in Sweden, all on the same weekend as well. Also Kansas Fest will be happening online, focusing around the Apple II. There are always a couple of Demoscene releases there as well. And then to wrap up the month, we'll have the Boom Party, Retro Party happening in Poland, the Big Euskal Encounter in Spain, which always has a little Demoscene presence there, Berlin Demoscene Meetup, Syntax Society Summer Party in Sweden, the Silly Venture event happening in Poland dedicated to the Atari, and the Assembly Summer demo party also happening on the same weekend. So yeah, a lot of things happening on the summer as usual, a lot of parties coming up. Hope you've been working on your submissions if you're planning to attend some of these events. That's pretty much it for this week's report. As always, I hope you found something interesting, and please do share the video with a friend that might also appreciate it. That's the best way that you can do to help this channel grow. I'll be back next week with more news and Demoscene releases coverage. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, maybe even donate me something through patreon.com/psenough. Would really help me cover these production costs of making these videos. Other than that, that's goodbye from me. Have a great day. Take care.